So this was Toronto Upper Manage Barbershop. They elected to host our event, the Tune 45 Chris Basio Education Tour, where we hit up different cities and in person, right there in the flesh, we hold hands-on workshops and look and learn. So this was the hands-on workshop, and we literally will go through theory, through demo, hold your hand through things. You'll be able to see and feel what things are supposed to look like. You'll understand the theory behind why we do what we do, and there's no guesswork in between, because you're going to understand it after this, and you're going to have information that's going to continue to help you grow even after this class. And then we get hands-on and you actually cut your own models, and we're there to help you, to chaperone you and answer as many questions as possible. And we're there for 12 hours in your city, just trying to help you as much as possible. So this is the first portion, hosted by Upper Management Barbershop. If you're in Toronto, make sure you check those guys out. And this is kind of like one of the benefits of hosting our classes, is we try to promote good barbershops, good barber schools, and it's a good way for barbershops to network and get their names out there in schools as well. So I appreciate Upper Management, and this is just a flick of the actual look and learn. And you can see the look and learn is obviously more packed because it's not limited to a small amount of people. So Toronto was lit, man. Can't wait to come back. Let's get this tutorial going. Alright, so Toronto was lit. Upper Management was lit, man. I appreciate Upper Management having us. But look, let's go ahead and get started with the tutorial. We are using clipper over comb, and all we're doing is using clipper over comb to try to maintain as much bulk as possible on the ridge there. So he wants a man bun, or a man bun, but he wants length on the parietal ridge. There's a few ways you can manage this. You can do this with scissors by over directing it down to whatever length you want to keep there on the parietal ridge, or you can do some clip over comb as well. I would probably follow it up with scissor over comb. I think shares it either way just to soften it up a bit. But this is a great way to start your base or your foundation. And then from the comb's like a number 1 guard, so from there it's simple to fade into. I'm only doing one side because honestly I didn't think about recording the haircut until the other side of the haircut. So that's when I grabbed my phone, put that thing on a tripod, and started recording for you guys. So the idea, guys, is to make sure your comb is coming off of the head. You don't want to go into the head, because all that bulk you see there that I'm leaving, you're going to cut off. See how I'm coming off of the head? Alright, so now we're starting our initial guideline, and notice it's parallel to the bulk that I left. Okay, that shape still curves down according to that bulk, and we're using the Andy's TI lines, the coreless joints, to bald him out. Get a really close, tight finish there, and the Andy's letters are red there because they're dying. Alright, so we're followed up with my coreless seniors. Okay, and we're going with the blade open. Okay. And I can almost blend in, with the blade open straight into that clipper, into the comb, by using the heel of the blade for the most part. And then when we get closer to that initial guideline, we'll use the toe. So heel toe, right? So the toe of the blade. I gotta come up with some different terminology for that. Alright, so now I have my number 1 guard on, and we're going above where we just left off with the blade open. Okay, and the clipper is open. Okay, the lever is open, but it's blending in pretty good already. So now that it's closed, it'll really blend in well. And if you need to use the half guard, you can, just to touch things up. And I probably will, just because I'm OCD when I'm fading. And his hair texture is coarse. And what coarse means is the strands of hair are the diameter of every strand is thicker, right? It's thick. So the opposite of coarse would be fine. I get pretty tired of everybody calling, like, you know, ethnic hair, tight curly hair, coarse. That's not coarse. This is coarse. Alright, so now I have my number 2 guard, and right below where all that bulk is, we're just kind of touching it up. Okay, now that we're done with there, we got our clipper closed, and we're starting to take out that initial guideline. And as we go up, we'll open up the lever some. I like to open the lever, I'd say 3 times. So a quarter of the way, so close, a quarter of the way, midway, and then like 3/4 of the way we'll blend it all in. And at this point, you know, it's all coming together. If you have to, you know, once you get the blade all the way open, if you have to blend down from there just to kind of clean things up, detail things, go ahead. I would even suggest going through blending up and then blending down, just to kind of, you know, double check everything. So now at this point, I'm just looking for dark areas and just lightening them up. Okay. And I know for a lot of barbers, man, this is where we eat up most of our time cutting hair. It's just detailing. And sometimes we could be so OCD about it that before you know it, we're done with the cut. 20 minutes later, we still in there trying to get, you know, perfect it. It's tough sometimes to manage that. Because at the end of the day, it's a business for us, it's a profession for us. So it's hard to manage the whole art side with the business side. But we gotta pay our bills at the end of the day, right? All right, so the blend is for the most part done. We're gonna go ahead and start lining him up. He likes it lined up all the way around. Okay. Give the customers what they want. Okay. Line up the C cup. Generally, after the lineup, I might detail the fade a little bit more, and then we hit him with the razor, and he's gonna be good. He's gonna be done. Good money. Yeah, so this is what I mean by detailing the haircut. So going back, just refining a few things. You know, he's probably at this point happy with his fade, but this is more for selfish reasons. So listen, if you're new to my channel, definitely hit the subscribe button. If you've been subscribed, if you day one, smash that like button. You know it helps the channel out a lot. And let me know in the comments what you guys think about the cut, man. Like, I try to pay attention to the comment section for at least the first day that the video is up. After that, it's time to move on and focus on the next pieces of content for you guys, right? So some people would suggest don't line up the front, but he likes it lined up, and I don't think it looks too bad on his haircut. I think it gives a little bit more of a fuller look, symmetrical look on his front profile, on his hairline, especially since he's pulling all his hair back. Alright, we're using thinning shears here just to soften it up some. I told you guys in the beginning of the video, you know, that's probably a strategy that I would use after clip over comb. I think that thing's looking blurry. So now we got the shaver on there. This is the Bronze Series 9. And this is just giving it that little bit more of pop. And the reason why is because of fade is gradients, right? It's from light to dark. So the lighter you can get it, and the darker you can get the finishing, and the darker you can get where it wants to fade into, the more gradients, the more pop you're gonna have. So that shaver, just those small attentions to detail, just give it that little bit more oomph. Alright, so we're finishing the cut off with 245 shave gel and the 245 razor. I don't know if you guys saw the picture on my Instagram of the dude who got the 245 razor tatted on the side of his head, but I thought that was dope, man. Like it kind of, and I messaged him and I asked him, you know, what's up? Why, you know, like why the tat? And you know, he was just telling me that barbering changed his life, and he's in a better place now because of barbering, and 245 was a big part of that. So as always, guys, I appreciate y'all. I'll see you on the next video.